Welcome to the another video. In this video, I am going to explain how to convert this drawing, that is .dwg format, from the AutoCAD to the PDF. As well as I am going to explain how to adjust the scale when converting it into PDF format. Okay, so it's very simple. Control P is a shortcut to go for the print options or the PDF option. Otherwise, if you click on the left top corner here, click on this, we'll get the option here that is called as print option. Once you go to print, here we have the option plot. Click on the plot. I'm going to get the dialog box. So here I'm getting the options to select. If you want to take the printout, we are going to select the printer from here. Otherwise, if I open this, because I want to convert this into PDF, here we are going to get the option .dwg to PDF format. I'm going to select this one. Here we have the option to select the paper size. In what size of paper you want to take the PDF or the printout. Okay. Once you drop down, we are going to get the options. Here I want to use ISO full bleed A3 size. In the A3 size, I have two papers, A3 and A3. One is called as portrait orientation. One is called as landscape orientation. 297 into 420 millimeter, 420 into 297 millimeter. For this drawing, I want 420 into 297. I am going to select this. Here, very important, plot area. Just open this, go to the option here, window. Once you click on the window, scroll properly. I have to give a very small gap. Okay, don't start exactly from the corner. I want to start from here, a very minimum gap. I want to start from this corner. Okay, and I want to end the drawing on this corner. Zoom in properly, give a very small space and keep it like this. That's it. Once I click on first corner and second corner, within that area, I am going to get as a PDF. I want to stop it here, just click, and here it is showing the red outline. That means the drawing is going out of the paper. Make sure here we are going to get the option center the plot. Make sure to click on this. The paper orientation what we selected was 420 into 297. That is a landscape orientation. On the right bottom corner, drawing orientation also we should have to change it for the landscape. Before converting this into PDF, very important option. Here we'll get the option plot object line weights. Make sure to uncheck this. Fine. And here the quality normal is fine. If you want even better quality, I have an option to go for maximum. When we select the maximum, we are going to get the maximum pixels. I have an option here shade plot. Because this is the line diagram, okay, wireframe, just open this. We are going to get the option here, legacy wireframe. I'm going to select the legacy wireframe. If you click OK, that's it. We are going to get this as a PDF, but we have an option. We can check the preview of this. Once you click on the preview, we can see that here, how we are going to get the preview of the particular drawing. If you want, you can zoom in, you can check that how the drawing looks like. It's very crystal clear. Once you convert into PDF also, it looks very good. Now, I don't want to now only convert into PDF. I want to do little more modification according to the scale. Because I want to do the modification, I'm going to click on the cancel. Once I click on this cancel, I'm going to get the same dialog box again. Other parameters I don't want to change. One important option we have here that is called as fit to paper. Whatever the size of the drawing, if the drawing is huge or small, if you click on this, if you use this fit to paper, whatever the size of the drawing, it's going to fit to the drawing sheet. Apart from that, I just don't want to use this one. For example, I want to uncheck this one. If you uncheck it, I'm getting the options to modify according to the scale. In the scale, we have three types of scales. Okay. One is called as equal scale. For example, I want to select 1:1. If I select 1:1, it is called as equal scale. Again, in the scale, we have two options. Here we are going to get the millimeter and inches. For example, I am going to keep it in millimeter. If I am keeping it in millimeter and if I keep the scale as 1:1, after taking out the printout, okay, if I place the scale and if I measure it, if the dimension is showing 5 millimeter, it is actually is also 5 millimeter. If the dimension is showing 100 millimeter, actually is also 100 millimeter. That is called as 1:1. Apart from that, I have one more option here. I can change it. Before that, let me keep it 1:1 here directly. Or if you go to scale, we can change the scale from here also. Now I don't want to change it from here. I want to change it here 1:1. If I keep it 1:1, if I take out the printout, actual dimensions, what we are going to get on the paper, the object size also exactly remains same. That is called as 1:1. Apart from that, I have an option here whether you want in millimeter or inches. I want to keep it in millimeter. For example, if the drawing is huge, I want to reduce the size, then I'm going to get the option here 1:2, 1:5, 1:10. For example, I want to keep it as 1:2. If I keep it as 1:2, drawing is reduced. Now we can see that here it is reduced to half. If I keep it 1:2, 1:5, 1:10, the drawing size is going to reduce actually. If the actual drawing is huge, then we are going to reduce it. For example, if I'm keeping the scale as 1:2, if I take out the printout, okay, if I measure the drawing on paper, if it is showing 1 millimeter, the actual drawing is 2 millimeter. Okay, so this is called as a reduced scale. So we are reducing the size of the drawing. I have one more type of scale, that is enlarged scale. What we are going to do is, if the drawing is very, very small, I want to increase the size of the drawing. For example, I want to keep it 2:1. 2:1, 3:1, 5:1. For example, 5:1. I want to increase it by 5 times. Okay. For example, if I keep it 5:1, okay, after taking out the printout, if I put the scale and measure the dimension, if the dimension is showing 5 millimeter, actual dimension is 1 millimeter. So we have three methods. One is called as equal scale, which is 1:1. One is called as reduced scale, that is 1:2, 1:3, 1:5, 1:100. Depending on the size, we can modify. Another one is like enlarged scale, that is like 2:1, 5:1, 10:1, like that. For example, if you don't want to use this one, you can go for this option, fit to paper. Just to check it once, I want to go for 10:1. After giving 10:1, I want to check the preview. Once I click on the preview, just click on the continue. Once I click on the continue, we can see that here almost nothing is visible. Let me reduce the scale a little bit. Close this one. I want to change it for 5:1. I'll go to 5:1, click on the option preview, click on the continue. We can see that here one small portion of the drawing is visible. I'm going to close this one a little bit again. Go to the option here 3:1. I'll go to 3:1, click on the option preview, continue. Now we can see that here comparatively we can see the drawing. Just last one more trial. I want to go for 2:1. 2:1, click on the option here preview, click on the continue. We can see that here how does it looks like. Whichever the kind of scale you want, depending on your requirement, you can use it. But as of now, I just want to go for the option fit to paper. Whatever the size, if it is huge or very small, whenever we click on the fit to paper, it will fit to the paper like this. And one more important point is that whenever you are converting the drawing into PDF or printout, okay, so make sure there should not be any red outline outside. For example, say I just want to go for 1:5. If I give 1:5, we can see that it becomes very small. Go to the option here, center to the plot. If I change it, say for example 10:1. If I go for 10:1, it becomes like huge in size. So the drawing is going out of the drawing paper. So I don't want that. Make sure fit to paper, center to the plot. Other settings are perfectly fine. I want to save it on the desktop. Click on the option OK. So select the desktop. I just want to keep the name as default one. Click on the option save for this. Once I click on the save, the drawing is converted into PDF format. Now we can see here how we are going to get the drawing. This is how we are going to convert .dwg format to PDF format.